Hello everyone, I'm High Treason. You're not going to believe this, but we had a glitch and my last save was all the way back here. Like, so often now. I don't mind. Whoa! Whoa, 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 whoa! It was like we got hit. Yeah, so that is a thing that happened to us. Don't expect me to explain that one away. I really don't know what that was about. That was like we got hit by something. Like you heard the tyres go. Like I thought I could hear something anywhere, and then we heard the tyres squeal, and me and my car just got fucking launched into the air. And so, because it was beyond my control, it was like, okay, well, I'll subtract however long it takes me to drive back to that point. The most recent save is actually the save from the start of this episode, even though we have been out of the car a few times. So, yeah, I'm just starting recording again because it's just easier at this point. There's no point in me showing you that because we've just got to drive all that road once more. So, yeah, I've got to do a bit of math in my head here. But, yeah, in any case, obviously, you know the rules. Circumstances beyond my control. They don't make it into the episode's time. Even if the recording is left in, we don't add that on. So, you know, if it was my driving, if I had crashed the car and killed myself, you know, through my driving being shit, then we would keep the clock going. But as it is, it was easier just to restart the episode, you know, because that's basically what we're doing. I can't remember what I talked about in it either, which doesn't matter because things just come out when I'm doing this. I don't think we talked about anything groundbreaking. I know I talked about pop songs. I know at some point, oh god, no, you know what I fucking talked about? Oh shit. No, maybe I don't want to talk about that. Yeah, what I did was, it was just randomly I started singing 8 Seconds Kiss You When It's Dangerous. Because I really like that song, but that is like Canadians being gloomy in music that isn't usually gloomy as usual. And yeah, it has this really fucking almost horror chords in it. It's pretty cool. Like, as it leads into the chorus, you know. You've got this, but when I do, it's got to be so right, I'll kiss you when it's dangerous. You have the chords leading into that are like really, really tense for a pop song. And so I was trying to think of like other pop songs that had anything like that, and I was like, oh, that All Wet song. Like, you know, from the 2000s, that probably had some horror-sounding, like, progression in it at least. But that was a novelty song, so I guess it would. And, you know, I was, like, complaining, like, well, that's something fucking 2000s kids probably have a real fucking, you know, they get wet for that fucking song or something. Whereas us, like, 80s, 90s sort of kids, I'm a 90s kid. You know, we probably just don't give a fuck about it. It's just like this modern fucking tat it can fuck off. And yeah, calling All Stars All Wet, I can't actually remember if it was their song. It made me think of the fucking Snorks. You actually got a Snorks reference on this channel, and I hated the fucking Snorks. I couldn't stand that show. That had to be a 70s thing. I couldn't turn the car though. It just wouldn't do it. Right, we'll go back and see if we can spot that hubcap, but I'm not hopeful. This might be one for the Underworld camera. Oh, there it is, maybe. Mirror? Oh, shit. Well, I'd rather have that back than my stinking hubcap, that's for sure. Hubcaps are a little bit inconsequential. Piece of shit. Oh, we lost more than one hubcap, and we lost... What is that? There's a thing there. That's a radio, it's not a headlight. I'm gonna say. Yeah, it's, fuck's sake. It has to be a 70s thing, the Snorks. It might be, because, it has that really progressive sounding intro to the music, like do 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 do. But then you have that really sort of clappy fucking drum machine, and that almost sounds early 80s. It sounds like that really monotone, you know, I want money, that's what I want fucking song, which might have been later actually. But yeah, I hated the Snorks. My dad used to put it on, like, you know, I was like, Dad, can't we just watch the news? Like, I hate the news, but I'd rather watch that than this fucking show. There's no fucking news on, shut up. So, well, that's not fair. You tell me to shut up when the news is on. You tell me to shut up when it isn't. Like, I'd rather just listen to you bitching at the news, like, than watch the fucking Snorks. I can't stand it. If you could breathe underwater, where would you go if you had friends in the water? Who would you know? Come along, sail along, swim along too. Kill them. Kill them. Knowing the Snorks are in there makes me feel good every time I flush the fucking toilet. Because mine just gets pumped out into the sea. Like, you know, I don't have a septic tank or anything. So yeah, the fucking Snorks, they have to live in my fucking tards, hopefully. The bastards. If you've never seen it, you might have seen the Smurfs, and it was kind of just like the Smurfs underwater, a bit, not quite. But you know, even when I hated a show like the Smurfs, you know, usually I'd just root for the villain, like, you know, that fucking Jewish bloke that hated them or whatever. I wanted to fuck the girly Smurf that he made, or something like that, I don't fucking know. You know, I just found myself rooting for him, like, yeah, go on, fucking kill the little bastards, just stamp on him. But, you know, fucking, in the Snorks I hated the villain even, I just hated the show, it was like, no, it's fucking awful. A bit like I hate that Money song. It always comes back to money on this. But then maybe I'm just doing that on purpose to piss that guy off, because I feel like he's a sort who followed me for like a year. At least. And that's pretty disturbing behaviour, you know. I mean, it doesn't creep me out or anything, but it's kind of creepy. You know, following someone around that you hate. I mean, that behaviour could spiral out of control, you know, all these people are going to do down the line. Probably won't do much of anything to me, because I'm a guy, and I would beat the shit out of them. But, you know, would they maybe, like, if somebody wasn't quite as fucking, yeah, you know, that hatred, fucking weird envy they have. It's like Hagrid's envy of Slytherins, you know, he was a fucking duffer, fucking Hufflepuff. You know, fucking, do you think they'd have sent someone out for, like, you know, a Slytherin student if he was, like, thought of as special, like Potter? No, they'd be like, yeah, here's your shopping list, go and buy shit. And if you can't figure out how to do it, then fuck you, because you're a Slytherin. And they're like, oh, Seth, but they didn't know Harry Potter was a Gryffindor yet. It's like, well, yeah, but they knew it would be, really, didn't they? Because one of the first things Hagrid says is, like, just to prejudice him against fucking Slytherin. And that's because he was a fucking duffel fucking puff piece of shit. And you can imagine him at school, oh, I'm not very good at magic. It's them Slytherins, they're good at it. There must be something bad about them. That's what it is. There's never a witch or wizard who went bad who wasn't in Slytherin. It's like, see, now he's just lying. You're lying. And because he's doing that, and Dumble fucking Door knew he would do that, of course Harry's like, not Slytherin, not Slytherin, not Slytherin. And he's probably a fucking Hufflepuff himself. And that's because Hagrid's just envious of Slytherins. And that guy on the internet, I'm fairly certain, is envious of me, because he knows I'm better than him in every single way, or at least he thinks I am, you know, in his head. Like, at the very least, probably isn't that misguided, you know. I've had more money than him, I've had more pussy than him, you know, I've got more confidence than him, and he doesn't like that. And so the problem has to be with me, and not with him. So, therefore, you know, that means you've got to have a go at me, and say really nasty shit to me and stuff. But I do find it dodgy, just, you know, following someone around. You know, there was a dude years ago who spent like 3 years just. I knew he was watching every fucking video I uploaded on the main channel at least. And just like, you know, just so he could sit there and fucking press the dislike button, but he would actually watch them. Like, I knew he had watched them from things he would say in places. It's like, you know every word I've said. If you hate me that much, why the fuck are you watching it? And we were all like, you know, hate wanked and hate fucked at some point in our lives, I'm sure. I mean, I've definitely done it, you know, when there's some woman has annoyed me, I've gone away and I've, like, rubbed one out, fucking annoying fucking bitch. But, like, it's not a violent fucking fantasy of forcing her to do anything around. It's more just like, you know, just fantasizing a fucking hate fuck going on. And that's the end of it, like, you know, and that's the thing, like, what if these people did this to a woman, you know, they stalked her around, like, on their social media and shit. Like, then it would be alarming, right? Because I'm a fucking guy, nobody would give a fuck. And I don't give a fuck, so it's just as well, but still, you know, it's, like I say, it's a dodgy behaviour to do something like that. It isn't normal. That isn't healthy. There are strange people out there. A lot of druggies out there as well, and as time goes on, I have less and less patience for druggies. I had no patience for most of them anyway. But it's the way a lot of them are about it now, you know, it's almost like they're bragging about it, like they think it makes them special. It's like, well, there's nothing to stop me just going and buying these substances. I live in a pretty shit town, it's very easy to get hold of these things now. I'm just not interested, you know. It's kind of sad that that's really all you've got to boast about yourself is, oh, I use this drug. It's like, right, okay. You know, it's not really cool. It's not a big deal anymore. You know, if you're going back to the 50s and you were openly saying that, then, you know, maybe. Depends what sort of people you were hanging out with, but... I mean, I don't know, man. I think it's pretty pathetic for the most part. I'm not saying I'm against people using drugs. You do what you like. It's just, you know, why do you feel the need to boast about it? People are really like that about it now, and I just don't get it. It's like, there's nothing to boast about. You're just doing a thing. You know, that's like me bursting because I breathe air, you know. Oh yeah, I use like however many fucking like gallons of air a day. Aren't I fucking amazing? I drink fucking like between 8 and fucking 12 litres of water a day. I must be super fucking amazing. I fucking piss about 2 gallons of piss a day probably. I must be extra amazing. You're like, well, that would mean that you had to drink more than 10 litres of water. I don't only drink water, you know, I do drink milk and stuff, and like, that's at least half water. And it has to come out somewhere, so... Never have actually measured out how much I piss a day, that is just a rough estimate. Because I know about how much I piss in one go, so... You know, I have peed in measuring jugs at the doctor's surgery on numerous occasions, and, you know that I usually have to turn away and piss in the sink because they don't send you to the bog to do it. They just leave the fucking room. Just like, oh, pee in there. It's like, okay, and there's no lavatory in the fucking doctor's room. And it's... I don't want to stop going once I started. It's like, well, I think that's a healthy thing to do. You'd probably tell me not to do that. So I'm just going to piss the next fucking lot of it in your fucking sink. So that tells me that there's more than a litre there, like, per time. Couldn't begin to tell you how many pounds of crap I crap a day. Aha! This is where the game fucking ran us over. It really was like we got ran over or something. You know what? Probably a car spawned in late there or something. So park here. Park here. And there was another building over there. There it is. It does look like a bunker. I have no idea what happened to us. Like I say, I'll stick it in the video. Ah, when did that come off? We had all 4 hubcaps went... Oh, I remember. I think. It's hard to separate the two instances. Oh, for God's sake. This is terrible. It bloody is and all. You son of a bitch. We have some diesel. I'm tempted to take the diesel. Just in case we find a bus, but you're not going to get very far on it. I don't think it's worth it. I'm sure that's either a bunker or it's the top of a mesa, and the way it's parallaxing makes me think it's not a building and is the top of a distant mesa. Oh yeah, that's the top of a distant mesa. Okay. Well, that's shit. I bet last time there was really good things in that building as well. What rotten luck. Yeah, people really have forgotten how to socialise, though. Even on the internet, people have just forgotten how to do it. These last couple of years, like, people are just fucking insane now. I can't be the only person who's noticed that. Like, people really are just fucking crazy. And I don't have time for it, that's the thing. I won't humour them. Like, I will just continue the way I am. I'm not going to fucking walk on eggshells just because I think somebody's volatile. It's like, no, you don't control me, you know. I'll control you. Not really. Like, I don't have the desire to control anybody. Other than the Jews. No, I don't want to control anyone. It's too much fucking effort. But, you know, I'm not going to let someone else control me. It don't work that way, I'm afraid. Like, I am in control of me, and I'm in control of what I will feel. Only I will dictate how I'm feeling. I mean, obviously, like I say, you can't always do that. We've talked about this before, how, you know, you do, as a human being, you have emotions and reactions to things, sure, but it was a late loading rock. Okay, what the fuck is... Oh, of course we lost the wing mirror. We always lose the fucking wing mirrors. They're like one of the rarest and most fucking sought after things in the game, but now. Yeah, you know, so I don't pussyfoot around people who are volatile and fragile like that. It's like if they genuinely had some sort of mental disability or something, I'd probably be a bit understanding of it, but honestly, I still wouldn't pussyfoot about, because I think they'd just find that patronising. Or at least people I've been around, you know, who are like that have always been that way. I mean, I've been around plenty of people who have, like, autism and stuff, you know, which I don't even necessarily consider that to be a disability in some cases. In some cases, it's more like a fucking accelerant with some people. You know, I've said before, like, you don't diss on the autists. I think that was when we was talking about, like, people who are mad into, like, Thomas the Tank Engine and shit, and it's like, you know, bash these people, because they usually, like, if you want to know something about a subject, those are the people you go to, the people who have that mad autistic obsession with something, because they will know, and they will gladly tell you about it for about as long as you are willing to fucking listen. And, you know, do you think they want you to talk to them like they're fucking, like, little fucking, like, babies or something? No, of course, they'll get fucking annoyed. They just talk to them like normal, because they're just fucking people like everybody else. I mean, if somebody is, like, you know, has some form of retardation or something that's making that... I don't think that word's considered correct anymore. I mean, it just means, like, you know, backwards... Like, you retard the ignition timing, like, on an engine, you know? You retard a door. But, like, you know, maybe if someone had some sort of, like, mental disability that made them have the mental age of, like, a small child, then perhaps, but... I don't know, I'd still wager a lot of that would be conditioning with those people, because people who are like that, I can't think of the name of the label they slap on any of those conditions, but you know, they tend to be quite suggestible, so you'd think with them a lot of the time, I think that's more conditioning, that they've been conditioned to just respond to being talked to like little kiddies. So now, if somebody is like, you know, people who are like just fucking volatile and can't control their temper and shit typically don't have anything really, and they've never learned to control themselves, and because they've always been on the internet and they don't talk to real people, they've never had to. So that's just their way of doing it, is just to yell and attempt to bully, and when it doesn't work, like, they just can't hack it, and it makes them fucking rage. It's like, you know, well, I'm not going to try and stop you doing that. I honestly don't care. Like, that's your problem. If you can't learn to take hold of your emotions and your feelings and fucking strangle them into submission and make them do as you fucking say, and just because I won't do as you say, you can't get any fucking leverage on me, you know, that's your problem. That's not my problem. I'm not going to make it my problem. Fuck you. Fuck off. Fuck yourself. I honestly don't care how you fucking feel. That's nothing to do with me. I don't know you. You're not my fucking friend. You're not my fucking family. You're just some random fucking name on the internet. I couldn't fucking care less. You know, that's the thing. That's why you're not going to piss me off, really, because I don't care. You're not standing in my living room throwing tards at my face or something. So why am I going to give a fuck? It's just writing on a screen. I could print it out and it'd be writing on a piece of paper. Would that make me get angry? You know, maybe that would be a thing. So I guess it would physically exist, right? It wouldn't just be like photons smashing into a layer of phosphor anymore. I guess nowadays it would be a fucking cathode bulb shining through a transistor, but I still use CRTs, so for me it's photons and electrons and shit smashing into phosphor and causing it to glow. But, you know, if I print it out and it physically exists, should I get angry then? Should I start tearing it up and, like, screeching like an ape and, like, you know, squat and shit on the piece of paper or something and start smearing it all over the... I don't know. I don't know what they want me to do. I'm not sure. But they want you to do something. They want to be in control. I think it makes them fucking hard. And they just can't stand the fact that they can't get any control over you. And it just makes them hate you more. Because, as I say, a lot of the time, they're already coming at it from this position of envy. Like, you know, because they've never actually sat and looked at themselves in any way of like, well, how can I fix this? And you can't always fix it, but, you know, you do the best that you can with what you've got, which isn't always fantastic. Don't blame everybody else. Like, a lot of the time, it's not everybody else's fault. It might be somebody's fault. But even if it is, do you want to fucking dwell on that? Do you want to be a fucking, like, victim for the rest of your life? Again, you want to award someone that much control because somebody did something shitty to you, like, once? Like, that's fucking pathetic. I don't have time for that, and I don't have sympathy. You know, if you're just going to be like that forever, that's pretty stupid. I mean, that's wasting your fucking life. Like, just fucking get on with it. Like, just fucking get over it and get on with it, because there's no point. There's no point. Your life's too fucking short to be sit there getting fucking hung up. Oh, my fucking stepdad fucking clouted me when I was fucking 5. Nobody cares, and you shouldn't care. It was too long ago. It was too fucking long ago. Who gives a fuck? I don't give a fuck. It didn't happen to me. Is it going on now? Well, oh no, because you're like fucking 30 years old or something. So it ain't going on now, and if it is, you should just fucking hit him back. And to be honest, if you're still a child, you should just hit the fucker back. It's what I would have done. I hit my parents when I was a child more than once. And my parents were fucking awesome. But if they ever fucking slapped me, and I agree with slapping children when they're really, really out of line, and so if I'd really fucked up, you know, if I'd broke something for no good reason, then I would accept the fact that they give me a clout, because that was the right thing to do. You know, you need discipline. It's a good fucking thing. It turns you into a fucking well-balanced adult. If this car drives, I'll fucking take it, but I don't think it'll be drivable. No. Okay, let's continue. But, you know, as I got a bit older, I remember fucking hitting them because what they fucking did was like, you know, they slapped me because they thought I'd lied. I never lied. If I did something wrong and they asked me, like, I've always been a brutally honest person, and so if they were like, did you do this? I would be like, yeah, you know. Are you sorry? No. And I'd get a clout, and I'd be like, well, that's fair game, you know. I did fuck up, but I'm still not sorry. But one time I said no, and I got a clout anyway, and I've never lied to you. I was offended by that, you know. I've never lied to you. You know I own up to when I do, so fuck you. You know? That's for thinking I lied to you. That's disrespecting me. But yeah, these people, they'd be hung up on that. Like, I don't give a fuck about that. Honestly, I really don't care. Like, you know, it was like 30 fucking years ago or something gnarly now, I would think. It's like, who cares? Like, your parents are human beings, they make mistakes. You know, I'm fortunate that I have good parents, and some people don't. But again, you know, you're going to be hung up on that forever. Like, you're a fucking adult now. They have nothing to do with you. Like, if you're an agency, that fucking, what, you're just going to sit there, oh yeah, but you hit me. I know it was like 30 years ago, but fuck off. Fuck off. This is stupid. I'm sure I'm really annoying someone out there's going, oh no, because you don't understand. You're like, fuck, I don't understand. You think I ain't been hit by people? You think I ain't had people do immensely shitty things to me? And about half of my growing up in a fucking government system where the whole thing's just fucks you over constantly. You know, some of the fucking bullshit I've had to put up with. Yeah, I've never been fucking raped or something like that, but even in that case, do you just want to play the victim forever? It's going to get you nowhere. You know, I have a family member who was, and I used to piss people off because I had no patience with them. Once, like, you know, the first year or two, it was like, yeah, sure, that's real sad. But past that, it's like, you know, they'd get upset just because you'd raise your voice at somebody else in the other room, and it's like, oh, for fuck's sake, fucking get over yourself. Like, you know, that person probably by now, they're fucking locked up in jail. Like, why are you letting them control your life? Don't fucking do that. You control it. You know, no, fuck off. You know, I'm going to do this my way. I'm not going to let that fucking, like, follow me forever. Maybe I learned something from it, you know, maybe I learned, like, maybe, you know, don't stand around in the middle of my street when there's, like, a known fucking rapist lives opposite me, but, you know, maybe you can learn something from that, but you don't fucking dwell on it forever. It's just, people are out of their fucking minds, they really are. This is what I mean. I don't have time for people. I really don't. Like, human beings are just fucking retards. The whole fucking lot of them. The whole fucking lot of them, they're just fucking stupid. They're all fucking stupid. I'm a human being. I'm fucking stupid, I'm sure. But sometimes I wonder, like, there's no way I'm as stupid as the general population. Like, maybe not by much, but I think maybe I'm a little bit smarter than most of the population. Certainly a little bit more fucking in control of myself than the regular population. And again, that's what pisses people off, because they're not in control when I'm around. I won't let them be in control. Yeah, be in control of something else. Yeah, sure, you run the shop, it's your fucking shop. Yeah, you control the car, it's your fucking car. You ain't controlling me. It ain't gonna happen. Ask me nicely, I might do something you request. If I feel like it. If I respect you enough. You better earn that respect out of me, though. I'm just going to tell you to go fuck yourself. If I'm a guest in your house, I won't fuck it up. And if I do, it'll be an accident and I'll fucking put it right. You know, I'll either put it right myself or I'll pay to have it put right. I have fucked things up in other people's houses before, never on purpose. You know, I've knocked things over, I've trampled mud in, I've If I trample mud in, I'm like, oh shit, I'm sorry I did that. I'll go get a fucking mop or something, I'll clean it up. You know, if I broke something, it's like, shit, I've knocked that over. How much does it cost? Like, how much do you want for it? Can I go and get you another one? You know, I'm respectful to people like that. That's a whole different thing, isn't it? That's just respect for private property. I mean, you know, and respect for other people. You know, they haven't been divs to me. They've earned my respect. These people have been, you know, polite to me. You know, they haven't done anything to piss me off, or not much. They might have done something to piss me off a little bit, because people do that. But yeah, you know, again, I'm not going to get that pissed off about it, because you just turn your back on it. You know, you're like, oh, you said don't let people call you, you're annoyed at the human race. Nah, not really. I just turn my back on them. I'm like, that's nothing to do with me. Like, I don't, it isn't doing anything to me. Like, I want to do these things, I leave them to it. And it's pretty fun, actually, if anything, because you watch them fucking shouting at each other and just being fucking idiots. Yeah, that's pretty great. It's like, yeah, I'm glad I'm not doing that. And I'm still laughing at that fuckhead over the road with his not having air conditioning, and quite clearly seeing the back of my air conditioning as he's sweating on his doorstep. And he's like, fuck, I can't put air conditioning in because I have these big fucking boxes in my house and I want to sell my house one day. You won't get much for it round here, mate. I'm pretty certain the property value's gone down anyway since I got here, because now everybody thinks there's a fucking gypog lives on the fucking street, don't they? They can't make their minds up. Like, they sort of like, is he fucking gypsy? Is he fucking American? Is he fucking Aussie? Is he South African? They can't figure it out. They just didn't realise I was born, like, you know, probably only a mile away. Yeah, I just don't correct them, just leave them to it. I mean, the fast one's pretty nifty, you know, when your neighbours think, like, he might be gypsy, you know. It stops them fucking you about as much, because they just, you can see it in their mind, like, they're having these visions of, like, yeah, if I do something to him, lots of vans might show up. I mean, they're kind of half right, I suppose. You know, I do come from people who lived in caravans, so, you know. I am somewhat caravan people. Not totally, but I am somewhat caravan people. Nomads. You know, so, yeah. So I guess I'm pretty weird in that regard. You know, I don't do that, and a lot of the culture is gone by the time you get to my generation, but I guess some of it must still show somewhere. I couldn't tell you why, but I guess some of it must still show through, either in appearance or mannerisms or something, because people do seem to pick up on it, you know, and they do sort of start questioning, like, is he off one of the caravan sites or something? And like I say, I don't correct them. I don't want them knowing I'm from Hull. You know, fuck off. I don't want anyone knowing I'm from this fucking town. No, this town's shit. I don't want my name associated with it. I hate the fact that it will forever say on my birth certificate that I was born here. That's a bendy bus. I don't want it. Come on, give me a car. I should have taken that Skoda. We've got like 10 minutes left or something. Son of a bitch. It's all crap stops today. It's crap. I like the word crap. It's a very underrated word, is crap. Goddamn mountains. Like, it is just the perfect word, like, you know, for things that are crap. I like the way it feels to speak that word, you know. Feels good. Feels good. Not real good, but decent, you know. And that building's not on the road. We'll have a drive up to it, but I can't imagine there's anything good on it. Oh shit. Shit. We're gonna have to go at that pretty hard. There we go. Let's see if there's anything good here. Might be something good on. Probably not. Still, this uphill bit slow. I can roll a cigarette while we're driving on here. I want a cigarette. I want a cigarette. I want a cigarette. I want a cigarette. That fucking Beyonce song, I don't know what it's called or the words, but I knew this lady who listened to it a lot. And that's what I thought the words were. I'm pretty certain they're not the words, but what they actually are I couldn't tell you. And all I heard when I heard that song was, I want a cigarette. Heard. So that's what that gets me is said. I don't know who he was. Man, he come up to me and he said something to me. Man, I don't remember what he said, but it stayed with me for the rest of my life. Disco was never the same again. Yeah, I haven't done that voice in a long time. But you can tell it's my vocal cords have forgotten how to do it now. But yeah, it's not like said, it's like said, you know, said. It sort of makes sense when you think about it. Like if you pay something, you know, in a past tense, you paid it. So if you say something, you said it, right? Yeah, it makes sense. I'm with the Ebonics on that one in a way, I guess. It's, you know, I quite like the way that sounds, to be honest. I use it, or use said, because I don't think people around here would understand what said means, but I think it would sound pretty weird with my accent. But I can see the logic behind it. I can see how you would arrive at that. Yeah. He said something to me. He was a strange looking guy. I don't remember what he looked like. Disco was never the same again. Man, I hate roller discos and I ain't never going back there. Fucking roller discos. I can't fucking roller skate. I can't skateboard. I probably maybe could skateboard if I really tried, but I always thought it was kind of gay, so I just never really did it. All the skateboarding kids are always fucking pathetic. You know, they just tried, like, it's like they were trying too hard to be hardcore. You know, they were like those, they made me think of those fucking dudes who did the fucking Columbine, where you could just tell they were trying so hard to be hardcore and just weren't. Or like that Danny Phantom guy. Yeah, probably more like him, actually. I always sort of worry when I record things ahead of time. At this point, I think I've only uploaded part 15 yesterday. So, you know, I always sort of worry a bit that when I say these things, is my upload schedule gonna fucking coincide with something vaguely relevant to what I've said? What I've said? Yeah, who knows? Fuck! This is slow. We're back in the mountains now, aren't we? I told you they'd come. We shouldn't even be in this car anymore, but we should have built that Golf. If we see another scrap car with lots of bits like that, maybe we'll just build it. You know, even if it's only temporary. But my worry is just that we could be stuck with it for like hundreds and hundreds of kilometres. And without other cars to pillage the parts from, we could be stuck with an absolute piece of shit for a long way, and that could make progress slow because bits will fall off. This car certainly loses things a lot more than the 2101, even when it's in good condition. Okay, I think we're going to flatten out a bit, but the mount will probably go up farther. They can get ridiculously big this far out. I will say I don't hate this car. It's not one of my favourites, but I don't hate it. I don't like it. It is pretty crap, but I don't particularly dislike it either. It's just a car. You know, and it's done us a good distance. We've got to appreciate it for that. It has got us a good fucking ways. Farther than we ever really thought it would, to be honest. It's an ugly piece of shit. It's heavy and slow, it handles bad, but it's got us like we're 740k from where we started with it, so it's not running, it's never really driven on its own engine or anything, so yeah, but it's here, it's going. Don't have many minutes left to find a building. My hopes of doing this one within time aren't very good, because we ain't moving very fast. This is where I really want a 2101. If there is a building in that opening there, I might stop here. It was just a terrain hole. Terrain is definitely jank out here. Snow biome though, so that's nice. Fucking hell, man. How big is this mountain? The bottom of it's going to undraw before we reach the top. So you can see the dirt paths. If we watch behind the car, that would actually be pretty telling. I'm not too bothered about hitting a rock here, but yeah, you see how we get dirt when we go on the dirt? Occasionally you'll see them come out when we do apparently hit dirt, and that's where you're actually catching terrain through the road. Which is pretty interesting in its own regard. It's funny how we still get desert dust when we're running over snow. I wonder if he'll ever fix that. I wonder if he's ever thought of it. Some of the particles are like from tyres and that are actually pretty new. I think they only came in within the last update or two, and there was like updates within 24 hours of each other. And that took long enough to climb where I'd almost expect it to just start going down again almost instantly. Keep an eye out for buildings. Now we want to be careful because snow biomes are slippery and we have all sorts of road jank to contend with. Oh, a building. I guess this is where we're ending it. Is it a workshop? They seem to like these now. It's a fucking bunker. Piece of shit. Well, it's where we're going to stop. So... man, they sure do slide in this biome. They sure don't steer good either. Fucking hell, man, what's happened to the fucking turning? It must be sliding. I want to be at least somewhat clear of it. There, that'll do. It's as good a place to stop as any, I suppose. Are we missing hubcaps still? I'm amazed. Not even missing mirrors. Probably missing a fucking headlight. Well, I guess we'll do a manual save then, and I will fuck off for the night and go to fucking bed. Do I want to stand in the road? I mean, we got run over not long ago, didn't we? We got run over. That was weird. I really don't know what was going on there. 68, are we? Yeah, okay. Diddle-diddle-did. Check our distance, but we should have made target 70 4157. Now that's like 80k or something. That's pretty good going, to be honest. We need to find another fucking car there, because this just ain't fucking happening, is it? I'm our Treason, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Could be a while before we get a new car again. You know, really are sparse now in this game.